InfoWarsLife.com, InfoWarsStore.com, and you'll find Emmerich's Essentials. We're running a real news organization here. So what's killing me is actually trying to drink the Great Lake of information with a little pixie straw. That's what's frustrating. That's what's hard. That's what really makes me want to pull my hair out, because we can't. Let me tell you, you could have 1,000 analysts trying to get the intel we've got and do it, knowing what to do with it. I mean, I've had a lot of stuff go on. I'll just leave it at that. Just the last week, where it's like a James Bond movie, but it's not fun. And it's because they know the military's listening. And the globalists are obsessed with this show because they know their own people are listening. The general public kind of tunes in and goes, oh, is this real? Is this not? The establishment tunes in. And the White House listens, a lot of other stuff. And my problem is I have reporters come to me and they go, look, we got this guy inside this organization. He says this, this, and that, and he's sending us this. And I look at it, and I just know that it's a time bomb, and that you're not, and it's very questionable whether you're even supposed to have that information, especially when it's private. It's one thing if it's government. You can argue whistleblower protection. When it's private stuff, it just goes in a shredder. And I'm like, delete it, delete it, delete it, delete it, delete it. And it's not like I'm even covering stuff up. I can't deal with it, okay? And I've had the experiences where I don't go with my gut and I go ahead and run with that, and then it creates situations where this whole operation could be shut down. We don't even need more information at this point. We don't need more secret intel or more WikiLeaks or more. And we do want all that. And people should send us their information. It's just, then I go through the process of people like, well, why aren't we going to cover this? Well, because there's certain things like attorney-client privilege. There's certain things like national security. There's certain things like, with great power comes great responsibility is all I'm trying to get at. And my great frustration is I know a lot of stuff other people don't know. And I don't mean BS intelligence, which is mainly just echo chamber propaganda. Some of the most propagandized groups are intelligence agencies and militaries and corporations. I mean real information, because I have other sources and I can add it to a whole spectrum of analysis and other data points that nexus in, and a human algorithm. We are supercomputers, and then give a prime approximation of that being an accurate data point that we could then talk about. It's just, no, we're not bitching or complaining. We're trying to serve you as best we can, because we're serving each other. And I liken it to growing up. I remember reading a book when I was a kid. I forget the name of the book. My grandma was reading it to me. My mom's mom. It's a story of a little Mexican farmer kid that lived outside a big volcano, and he grew up a teenager. The volcano never had smoke coming out of it. And then one day it woke up, and a week later it exploded and covered his whole farm with lava, and he barely escaped. It was a story of just the volcano. The volcano started in his coffee field. That's right, then just suddenly built up and then blew up. The point is that it's the same thing with this North Korea situation. We're sitting here with this time bomb, and for whatever reason, I'm like, oh, the deputy director of the CIA wants me to know that North Korea is planning to strike Japan at the end of March, early April. And then what is the point of telling me that? Well, people just want you to know, and you can say it if you want. You know, it becomes like, and then these are real sources telling me this. This is real. And then at a certain point, I can't even figure this out anymore. So all I know is it's like we're growing up next to a volcano that hasn't erupted. It's just a mountain we climb around on. And then one day it's got hot lava shooting out the top of it. And then it explodes like Mount St. Helens. So that's where we all are. And it's all above our pay grade. Anybody that thinks they're in control is a liar. Stuff's crazy. You hear what I'm saying, Victor?
Yeah, and that's actually one of I kind of wanted to talk about. Remember that nuke that went missing out of nowhere, out of a base?
Yeah, it's Minot. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was wondering if...
Hold on, we'll come back again. This is important. Vitamin Mineral Fusion. Visit InfoWarsLife.com to secure your canister. We have worked for years with our chemists and scientists to create the most powerful and affordable, great-tasting multivitamin formula available. Vitamin Mineral Fusion Drink Mix at InfoWarsLife.com is loaded with a full month supply of essential vitamins, minerals, and amino acids that your body absolutely needs. In the history of InfoWars Life, we've brought out a lot of amazing products like Survival Shield X2, Super Male Vitality, and so many others. With its unique delivery system and proprietary manufacturing process designed for maximized effects, this formula is the platinum standard of multivitamin mineral products. And this part is most important. The ingredients in Vitamin Mineral Fusion are either plant-derived or of the highest quality lab standard. That means it's clean. That means it's pure. And rest assured, you're fighting the tip of the spear in the info war. That's InfoWarsLife.com and Vitamin Mineral Fusion. Take action now before we sell out.
Climb to the top of the food chain with Alpha Power by Infowars Life. For those who want to increase testosterone and energy levels. Most men know that testosterone levels begin to decline starting around 30 at a rate of about 1 to 2% per year. This drop can show signs such as fatigue, low energy, low sex drive, and muscle loss. Alpha Power is packed with some of the most potent and clinically tested ingredients on the market. The secret is in the synergistic blend of ancient ingredients that have been concentrated into their most potent forms, including Uricoma longifolia, originally from Malaysia, maca root from Peru, horny goatweed from China, and tribulus from India. Reach your alpha male potential with Alpha Power. Get Alpha Power now at 50% off and secure your bottle today.
With Alpha Power by Infowars Life, you can be in charge of your energy again. Alpha Power helps with a large amount of functions for your body to help bring you to the peak of your optimal health. Alpha Power has a 4.8-star rating on InfoWarsStore.com. Listen to all these incredible 5-star reviews from verified buyers. Papa Black Wilson says, "Whatever's in this is doing something good. I take it daily as I would any other daily vitamin, and it's got me in a state where even the normal day of a few hours sleep, rest easy, and wake up positive, regardless of the amount of sleep I get." And when Alex was hinting at when he first released this product, yeah, the missus surely enjoys it. Frank John says, "This stuff is incredible. Wow, this is like taking brain force mixed with super male vitality at the same time. Alpha Power makes me feel well mentally, makes me want to exercise more, and helps me feel a little more confident." After about a week and a half or two, I started to really feel the huge raise in my male drive. That helps with focus too, like Brain Force Plus. I've tried about 15 InfoWars Life Health products, and they're always of supreme quality. LJ says, "It's been 5 days since my boyfriend began taking Alpha Power. There's definitely been a change, for the better. Without getting too personal, our activity has increased, and that's fine by me." He also says he's got a bit more energy. I hope this lasts. One-Eyed Jack says, "Alpha Power. I took Alpha Power for the first time this morning, and after about 15 minutes, I felt so awake and alert and full of energy. I take Super Male and Brain Force as well, but I have to say, this blows them both out of the water." Defeat the Globalists said, "More energy at the end of the day. Taking 1 capsule a day in the AM, and even after being on the go all day, there's no crash at night. I'd feel exhausted after 8 p.m. Not anymore. Seem to be sleeping better too. I seem to have upped my water intake as well. I will definitely buy this again." Head to InfoWarsStore.com and experience Alpha Power today. That's InfoWarsStore.com.
You're listening to The Alex Jones Show.
He's going the distance. He's going for speed. She's all alone in a time of need. Because he's racing and pacing and plotting a course. He's fighting and fighting and riding on his horse. He's going the distance.
Crashing through the lies and disinformation. Alex Jones.
All right, here is the breaking news. You know, right after 9/11, we saw Democrats and Republicans send anthrax, weaponized anthrax. And now, you have Donald Trump Jr.'s house getting hit with a white substance that reportedly made his wife sick. She had to go to the hospital. They haven't said what it was. Now, white substance sent to Obama's D.C. office. Cops are investigating a mysterious white substance that was sent to ex-president's office, Capitol, according to multiple reports. So we'll continue to follow that. Obama has leased space at the building owned by a nonprofit World Wildlife Fund, which has its headquarters there since leaving office in January. So there you go. Now, I want to get into this report here. Trump's channels ran Paul during military meetings, I mentioned last segment. Then back to your calls. But right now, let's finish up with Victor in Florida. Victor, sorry you got cut off again. Go ahead and finish your point.
No problem. So I just wanted to mention that nuke that went missing. I feel it in my gut that the globalists are kind of holding on to that as a last-ditch effort. And I think that if they end up using it, I mean, it would be obviously so tragic. But they will blame it, I think, on North Korea or Russia, and I think that could potentially be the next huge false flag because, they need.
I totally agree with you. I think there's nothing the globalists won't do, including, detonating a cruise missile nuke they've stolen. Don't forget, off at Air Force Base in West Texas, they had a bunch of hidden nukes out there. We had high-level sources. It was 4 or 5 years ago. They got caught smuggling them out and hiding them somewhere. That all blew up huge. And the day after we reported it, Lindsey Graham said, that a nuke might blow up Charleston. So that was real. Those reports we got were real from the base. There was a standoff with the security from the base, and the top general had to come down and sign off to let the 18-wheelers with the nukes, the secret nukes, roll on down the highway. There is a lot of craziness going on. God bless you, Victor. Great points. Now let's get to this article and back to your calls. It's Kit Daniels' article on newswars.com and Infowars.com. And people that attack Trump saying he's this big hawk, he's very pragmatic. If somebody's threatening the U.S., he'll stand up to him. But he was against the second Gulf War, 2003. Trump channels Rand Paul during military meetings. President growing more libertarian as the battle with the swamp intensifies. President Trump sounds a lot like Rand Paul or even his father, Ron Paul, during military meetings by asking generals why they won't bring the troops home, which is why he wants to have the parade. Yeah, bring some troops home, then have the parade. And declare the military's now back under U.S. control, not under globalist control as it was becoming. That's another reason to have the parade. This, according to a source in the Washington Post, which tried to smear the president as impulsive, yet reading deeper into the article reveals the president leans libertarian when it comes to foreign policy, more so than previously known. Well, I think it was actually known, but I guess this confirms it more. The problem is the Washington Post is such fake news. Who knows? But this is the kind of stuff he said before, so I tend to believe it. For one thing, the president wonders why the U.S. is in Somalia, of all places. He has repeatedly pressed Mattis and McMaster in stark terms to explain why U.S. troops are in Somalia. Can't we just pull out? He has asked, according to U.S. officials. And Trump questions U.S. involvement in Afghanistan, which is now the country's longest war. In a meeting with his top national security aides, the president grew frustrated. Quote,